Hi, this is Heidi Cooper, and my community is Colorado Springs, Colorado. Here's a lovely picture of Pikes Peak in the spring. Pikes Peak our community sits at the base of the mountain Pikes Peak, and actually is a sister city with Fuji Yoshida in Japan, which sits at the base of Mount Fuji. Our demographics are about 500,000, approaching. Gender, which is described here on Area Vibes as male to female, is 1:1. Primarily a Caucasian English-speaking community of non-natives, and the age of 34.4. So I'm going to dig a little deeper into the race profile here. Here's the 80% primarily white, 6% African American. The native Hawaiian population is higher than national average, and so is the biracial community. I thought that was interesting, and I offer you an article about our military community that says interracial couples are more prevalent in the military, and our community has 3 military bases and the Air Force Academy. So because the military interact with every race around the world, it's a more accepting environment. So I thought you might like that one. And I'm going to talk about quality of life in terms of crime. This Area Vibes site, very interesting. You can put in your city. Gave us an F for crime, D in education, and a D plus in employment. But I thought I'd show you a little bit more about crime aspect and what this website has. It's interesting. You can look further into the different aspects of life. So here, the crimes here in Colorado Springs, violent crimes, here's 6 times the national average. And here, property crime, approximately 5 times the national average. So I hadn't realized the amount of crime we have in our community. So that does affect our quality of life. So I'm going to move on next to some more positive quality of life. After leaving you with that detail about crime, I thought I'd show you some of the nicer aspects of Colorado Springs. This is our downtown Colorado Springs. Beautiful, active, vibrant, fun, and an interesting place to be. One of the other aspects of Colorado Springs that draws people and entertains people is in terms of fitness. This is the Manitou Incline, the Manitou Springs Incline. People climb as a fitness challenge. And there again is Pikes Peak. And I'll leave you here with the Garden of the Gods, which is a national park. Again, a free park for hiking and just beauty. The full moon over the Garden of the Gods is exquisite. And a little bit about our institutions in terms of quality of life. Churches and synagogues, these are formal institutions. Parks, lots of parks are informal, but they're named and they're quite a source of enjoyment and entertainment, pleasure. We have an Islamic society with our Pikes Peak Library District is an amazing library system, senior center, several theaters, several philharmonics and choirs, 4 school districts. And here's our top employers in Colorado Springs. As you can see here, Fort Carson, Peterson, and Schriever, as well as some other organizations, are part of the top 10. Colorado College is one of our institutions. The two main colleges. We do have other colleges, but Colorado College is pretty unique. Our downtown, it makes our downtown a college town, really. And they have a block system, kind of like Widener. We can take our master's program. You can take, there's 70 courses there. We work hard, we play hard, we take one class at a time. University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, very noteworthy state university. And we do have a community of events. I've listed events and festivals calendar here for you to learn a little bit more if you'd like. Some of the things that I recall for my family is the Balloon Festival. I'll show you a picture later, but at different parts in the city you can walk outside and just see hot air balloons floating over the city. The Pikes Peak International Hill Climb is a vehicular climb on Pikes Peak, which is a 14er. 14ers are 14,000 foot mountains that people like to climb or drive up or race up, and the Imagination Celebration, which is a education and arts festival technology. And lastly, here in this segment, the United States Air Force Academy is a source of pride for our community. Presidents will speak there for commencement addresses, and the Blue Angels will fly over the Air Force around that time. So you can enjoy those further with the links if you'd like. I'm going to share with you a couple of maps. Here's Colorado Springs, southeastern Colorado, and there are the different states that border ours. Here's another map of our neighborhoods. I live here in the Rock Lemon area. In Colorado Springs, both in 2012 and 13, we've had major wildfires that caused some of the greatest damage that has ever other wildfires have caused in the state. And so I found this map. I thought that was interesting. Our fire station map. And our city council district map, which is noteworthy. In less than 2 weeks, we'll be having an election that will elect or re-elect 6 out of 9 of our city council members. That city council works in conjunction with our mayor. So I'll move on to our community assessment. Good community, according to the Ohio State University article we've had. I've shown you about our crime. I want to highlight our teen suicide rate, and I'll show a little bit to you about that. Hopefully won't run out of time. So I'll just switch over here real quick. Pardon me.
Look at a very sensitive topic, teen suicide. Last year in El Paso County, 14 young people took their own lives. Get this, that's double the number from the previous year. Besides, Andy Cohen exploring this issue in depth tonight with information on where young people and their families can get help. And
Colorado has the 5th highest suicide rate in the country, with 20 for every 100,000 people. When it comes to suicide prevention for teenagers, how you communicate with them is critical. It's a program that started to deter school violence. But these days, anonymous reports to Safe to Tell show that something much more personal is on the minds of students.
A significant number of our reports are about hurting kids, whether it's mental health concerns, depression, self-injury, eating disorders, or what our highest category is, and that's suicidal friends.
And while some of that increase is due to the fact that more students are using Safe to Tell, numbers from El Paso County suggest that teen suicides are increasing here, double the number from 2014.
It is alarming when we look at what are the issues facing teenagers and what do we see as a result of somebody that takes their own life.
Schools, like those in Academy District 20, are responding. The district is reaching out to students.
So that's of a particular concern
At
for
Phil
me.
Long, it's used car clear up at all Phil Long locations.
So I'm giving that a
Best
negative.
selection, with 13 locations and over 1,200 used in stock.
The best price up to $5,000 below book value. We sell.
I'm giving that a big no for safety. Exchange of goods and services, yes, we have a need both downtown and throughout the city. We have some affordable housing, but we don't have enough. We have relationships that bind citizens together, churches, communities, activities. In terms of the whole person, I give that a no. I work for a housing organization, and the point in time survey, I've given a link here, is a national survey that happens one day out of the year, and it counts the number of homeless. So we had over 1,200 homeless in Colorado Springs. That was in 2014, and the number has fluctuated, but the current administration threatens to slash more of housing and urban development funds. Day-to-day relationships are predictable. Opportunities for growth and fulfillment for all, no. Just as an example, because of our homelessness. Recognized place in the social structure for all, no. Commonality of values and goals, yes, for several reasons, but our diversity is limited with 80% of a homogeneous community. We do have enough diversity, enough heterogeneity to create some diversity, but I'm still going to give it a no. And overall, not a good community, because it's not a good community for all. I'll leave you with this picture of the Balloon Festival. Thank you for watching, and I'll scroll down a bit so you can have access to my references. And if you need something, you can just let me know. It's Heidi Cooper. Thank you so much for watching.